This is the Barbership Podcast. Today, two barbers, two instructors. Real talk about longevity in this industry.
Good. Cool. Right. My name's Frankie. I started cutting, I believe since I remember, it was like in the garage. It was after high school, senior year after high school, and just having the homies come to the garage, and then just kind of just having it, just the boys gather, and then I just started cutting hair, and people were just kind of just chilling in the garage, the parents' garage, and then I just kind of took the craft. I started doing it, and then eventually got into it, and later on being licensed. So in 2019, went to barber school. First, I got into apprentice program. Then I kind of seen a barber college, and then I was like, man, this looks cool. Which I felt like I should have stayed apprentice, but I bit the bait on the barber college. So I got my license in 2019, and 2019 COVID hit, and then the rest was history. Got into some barber shops. But I felt like barbering always stuck with me. It was always a part of like my journey with life, with people, with relationships. It was always just there. I started working, stuff like that, but barbering again was always in the back pocket until that 2019 mark. And then I got into barbering. Got into some barbershops, got really good experiences. I feel like I was blessed to get into a barbershop in Citrus Heights. Real traditional barbershop, taught me a lot. I was just the fade guy and the lineup guy. But when I got into a traditional barbershop, they taught me how to use shears. It was very structured, coming from a garage, not knowing like how to like operate as a business or operate as a barber. I got that first hand structure in my first like barbershop. So that was good. Shout out Joe's Barbershop right there on Citrus Heights. And then I went to Roseville, and just a dude from Ceres in Modesto, ex-drug addict, ex-everything, just wilding out, going, living in Southside Modesto, not knowing a business, not knowing that type of clientele, ended up in Roseville. And all of a sudden, like I'm good with customers now. I'm cutting cops, I'm cutting EMTs, I'm cutting firemen, I'm cutting different types of people. And just going through my journey and just shaking hands and learning from the barbershop owners and other barbers around me. So I think that's what really helped. And then going to, of course, by Sac State, dope. Got to manage the shop. Shout out Barber's Throne. Shout out Hair Imaging. They really taught me a lot. Just coming from that garage, that rugged neighborhood, to going into these barbershops and learning, soaking up game, just being around them. So, and a young father, I was doing all that stuff, falling, getting back up, falling off in the barber industry, getting back up multiple times. Now here in Stockton with Barbership teaching, and just being a part of the team here. So I think it's been a crazy journey in barbering for sure for me.
Let me ask you this question too, because you had a nice little journey, but you said apprenticeship. You felt that you should have done apprenticeship. Why?
So I felt like I should have done an apprenticeship because it was crazy how I got in. I checked out apprenticeship because I kind of already knew how to cut hair. So I wanted to go straight to the barber shop and then just do my classes once a month, and then get to working right away. But and then everything was opening up for me. The lady was even telling me like, you can chill here. I love your story. Don't trip. She would pass me by when dudes would give her envelopes. I felt like it was where I was supposed to be. But I felt like barber school was I didn't really learn much. That was on me. I had the wrong mindset. I didn't go in there trying to learn. I just went in there trying to get my license. So that was a wrong mindset. So my mindset was ready to get my license, get into a barber shop, and learn right away. So my desire was to get into a shop right away. I don't knock school. I'm a teacher, so I don't knock school. You learn a lot when your head's in it. When you want to learn and when you're hungry. Unfortunately, that wasn't my case going into a barber school. I give it to a barber school. But as far as like me at that time, I wanted to get into a shop and get that experience right away.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it feels good to be here alongside, my right hand right here, Frank.
Yeah.
At Cal CBC.
Yeah.
Like for real, I appreciate this. Appreciate you. Appreciate Frank. Everybody out here. I'm just blessed to be here, Frank. I mean, Frank and Marty.
Yeah.
I'm just blessed to be here. And all right, thank you. That's it. That's gonna be a little intro for me.
Yeah, that's all good. So where'd you come from? What made you start cutting hair?
All right. First of all, I'm Anthony, aka some people might know me, Goer Cuts. Goer. Damn, my barber journey is pretty crazy too. I feel like in this industry, in this barber industry, you could do a lot. You just got to put your mind to it, and have make the right choices, for you, for yourself. Not just for yourself, I feel like everybody around you, plays a big part too, So my journey started back in 2018. I was in the Marines before this. Graduated high school, waited a little bit, went to the Marines, shipped out to boot camp. A year later, I got shipped out to Florida. I was in Florida. That's where I feel like that's where my barber journey started. I had this one. Let me see. All right, let me see. We'll go back. So, what motivated me to cut hair was one of my homies over there back in the Marines. He's from Texas. He said back then we were out there in the barracks, living in the barracks, going to school, training, going back to the barracks. In our free time, he was just cutting hair. And I seen that he used to make money off it, cool money.
Mm-hmm.
Cool money off it. He was the only barber in the barracks. By the time in the military, it's kind of like in the barber industry. You meet people and you go your separate ways. Sometimes later on, you guys might be come back.
All right, might come back together.
Come back together, right? So he had left. He graduated. He shipped out. I think he went to Hawaii next. He went to Hawaii. So I was at that time. I was like, damn, someone has to take over. I had I feel like that was like the best thing that I did over there in Florida. Started cutting, especially we did weekly cuts. Weekly cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Barbers have to fresh, clean face every Monday. By every Monday, you have to have fresh, clean face. If not, you get shoot out. Or you could be like they sent you to go to the barbershop. And then over there, if they send you, you have to get fully shaved. You don't get a fade. You don't get a fade, shave, because you didn't.
It's like a discipline or something.
Yeah, discipline for sure. So because you didn't go get your haircut, So so I feel like that's another thing why I started cutting hair. I was like, I'm trying to come. I started cutting my own hair. That's at first. I started cutting my own hair, and then I started cutting my my platoon. My whole platoon. Started cutting them up, and then after that, I feel like I got a little practice. I just started off with just clippers only from the PX. It's like the little store right there inside the base. And I started off with clippers, so it was just no bald fades, no trimmer, no shaver, just clippers. So I learned the fading part, So I feel like that helped me a lot because I learned how to do fades instead of focusing on the bottom line, zero trimmer, shaver, So I went straight to clipper, zero to open, So I just focus on the blends,
mm-hmm.
And I feel like that helped me a lot in the beginning. So after that, Florida, I got shipped out to San Diego. I stopped cutting hair for a little bit, but then after I found out that I was gonna stay in San Diego for a bit, I was like, all right, let me buy some new clippers. I bought some new clippers. I started to meet new people. It's kind of the same thing, in the barber industry, you have to meet new people. You have to meet people everywhere you go. You have to meet people in order for you to have your business going.
Mm-hmm.
So over there, I started cutting all my homies. So I stayed right there in my platoon. I stayed in San Diego for a bit. I stayed there. I just started cutting hair on my day off. I was an electrician for helicopters. There was nothing to do with barbering, but on my free time I like cutting hair, right? So I did that for the rest of the 4 years that I was there. So I did 5 years, but I cut hair for 4 years in the military. So that helped me a lot. After I got out of the military, I went straight into barber school. So I went to Cal CBC. That's where I'm teaching at right now. I did barber school throughout the midway, halfway point with the barber school. I had two old instructors. All right, so I had Mr. Brad and Mr. Vic. Yeah, shout out to Mr. Vic, Mr. Brad. They were one of the ones that first started they first told me, they were like, I see you as a barber instructor one day, or a teacher one day, teaching, like the next generation one day. And at that time, I was like, damn, I'm fresh out of the Marines. I just want to cut hair, get my license and then be into a barbershop. That was my goal, go to a barbershop, start cutting hair. At that time, I still had that in my mind. I was like, damn, like really, like if people see that, like I feel like let me focus on that, After I got my license, they asked me one more time. They're like, "Do you want to do you want to be a barber instructor?" And then I was like, "Damn! Now I got my license. This is a big opportunity. Let's do it. Let's do it." I went to go talk to the director at that time. Did a little interview. Yeah, thank God, everything worked out good, in God's hands, and like I did it. So I started working at the barber school. I'll say 2023 in September 2023. Started working at barber school at Cal CBC, and ever since I'll say one thing that the director really told me, because I was a fresh, I had just got my license, so from going to fresh getting your license to an instructor, so that's a big thing, so
Yeah.
I feel like one thing that he told me, he was like, I want you to be in the barbershop. I want you to be in the barbershop, still cutting hair, and still having this job, So I was like, yep. I want to do this job, I'm gonna be locked in. I'm gonna be locked in here. I'm gonna go into a barbershop, and I'm just gonna, keep working, every day. And that stuck to my I stuck that to my head, and ever since, I thank God. And those, I'll say, since then, I just been putting in work. I feel like, and what helps me a lot, people around me. People around me keeps me, even though like everybody has their own, like life happens, life happens. Everybody has their own things going on, but at the same time, the people around you, matters a lot,
Right.
Yeah, it's like it motivates you, keeps you happy, keeps you stay focused, even though you have like other things going on, but that's one big part, that I feel like that's one big part, like in this community, that's different from others, so, but yeah, let me see. After that, all right, so let me see. So I was cutting in Lodi for a bit, I'll say for 2.5 years. Shout out to Mr. Vic again. Yeah, Mr. Cosmo Barber on IG. He helped me a lot too, like I feel like grow as a person, not yet as a barber and as a person, because he's seen a lot, a lot of me, being there those years, and
a lot of potential.
Oh yeah. Okay, so he invested in me, like same thing. Like I like investing, like I feel like if you're gonna invest in me, I'll invest back, because that's all that matters. That's how you're gonna keep on growing. So it's not even just like just invest anything. It's one more thing I was gonna say. Okay, the barber school. Me working at the barber school, that helped me a lot transitioning from being in the military to like a civilian, civilian world, like me being around other people, like everybody's different, everybody's different in their own way. Like when you're in the military, you go there with people all over the country. Like you have people from one of my best friends, he's from Kentucky. My other best friend, he's from New Jersey. So you got people all over. Different backgrounds. Everybody comes differently. Different backgrounds. What helped me a lot too, being working at the barber school, learning different personalities. Working with different people, type of people, that helps me a lot.
It's some different personalities.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like that keeps you like, that makes me feel good, whenever like someone comes up to me, like tells me, like, thank you, like, thank you for teaching me differently, this way, because everybody learns different, at the end of the day, everybody is more like hands-on. I feel like all barbers, like, we're more artistic, so we're more hands-on,
Right.
So, but there's other people that actually like, taking notes, actually like focusing on like, the technical terms, all that, terminology, like learning all the basics first, and then getting into it. Everybody learns different way, but I've seen it happen, different. Some people coming from like not knowing nothing, 3 months in, 4 months in, they're already on it, It's all it just takes. You just, whatever you put in, is gonna work out,
Right.
So that's what I think.
So is it safe to ask, where are you now?
Where am I at right now? So I was in Lodi for 2.5 years. Shout out to Mr. Vic. I was in 1989 Barbershop. Damn, this has been a long time ever since I got out of the Marines. Now, starting today, I'm a Barbership Cuts. Next to Frankie, Solid Cuts.
Yeah, shout out
Marty. Marty Blends.
There you go.
Marty Blends.
Marty
That's
Blends.
funny. I didn't say that. Just in case, don't come after me. All right, that was funny.
Yeah, for real.
So you guys got different backgrounds, but it all led you guys in the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that,
man.
So how you guys feel though?
I feel really good. I feel everything happens for a reason. I really stand by that. Everything happens for a reason. As long as you put in work, try your best every day. Put in work, try your best every day. You know, like even though like wake up, just feel motivated. You know, like I feel like everybody needs their own motivation too. You know, like my motivation is my family. I have 2 daughters. You know, so my motivation is my 2 daughters, my wife. You know, my families in general, everybody around me, especially like people I work with. You know, like at the school, at the shop I'm with. You know, like everybody plays a big part. You know, so that's my motivation. Like the students at Cal CBC, you know, like I feel like all the staff over there, like so. I feel like that's my motivation to wake up, you know, every day. Be like, all right, let's hit this every day,
All right,
and just keep going, you know, because everything at the end of the day, if you put in work, you know, it's gonna work out for sure.
No,
for real. I feel like for me, I feel like I got another shot. You know, I feel like I got another shot. Just coming from a year and a half ago, you know, in a rough place, like rough place. And going through this little coming to Stockton and building myself up, like I feel like I got another shot, and I feel there's an urgency. I feel like in me that I have to like, okay, this is it. You know, well, not this is it, but this is another opportunity for you to do something. So I think there's some urgency in me, and just grateful. I feel like I'm grateful because I don't deserve another shot, you know. So just grateful and urgent right now. I think for me for sure. For sure.
That's some good clarity right there too.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the lessons that you have learned after licensing? Did you have struggles to help you be where you are now? You don't have to be too specific or nothing like that, but like, because we all got struggles. So what about you guys?
Go ahead, Coach.
Oh, damn, some struggles that after. So I feel like everything happened really fast for me. After I got out of the Marines, I started barber school, right? So I felt one struggle right there when I was in barber school. I was like, so I was married. I had my 2 daughters with me. I came back, you know, to Stockton. So another struggle, I was like, I'm gonna be a full-time student, you know. So how am I gonna be providing, you know? So that's another thing too. Like that's another big part. I was really locked in at the school. By the time that I graduated school, I was already ready to go. I had enough clientele for like, you know. So basically, I made the school worth it, you know, during that time because I feel like I was gonna be struggling if I didn't, you know, because my wife didn't work, you know, so she had just had my daughter. My daughter was like a couple months old. So I felt that was like another one struggle, you know, I had during school, you know. So I was like, I had to put in work, you know. I had to like actually build up my clientele fast, you know, as during that time. Thank God it worked out, but um, yeah, I feel like that's the main struggle I had during school. After I got my license, one struggle I'll say, yeah. So it happened really fast because I got my license. I started working at a barbershop right away, and I started working at the school right away as well too. So I feel like one struggle for me, I was like kind of like keeping like a low balance, you know. Especially like I had my family too, so I had to take like family time, you know. Yep. So that's like another big part. I feel like for a lot of barbers, you know, that family time, you know, family time is really important. You know? Right. Family part is really important. So I feel like that's one struggle, you know, that I have like in the past. That's what I think.
Yeah, family time for me too is
really important.
Yeah, definitely. My wife really talks about family time.
Yeah.
So I'm listening, baby.
Oh man,
Frankie, like
which one? Man, I had just a bunch of struggles. Like, I feel like one thing, my thing was like coming back was like my past. Like, I was so bummed out on what I lost. So just the regret and just like, man, do I have to really do this again and rebuild and do this? Like, just the regret of making dumb choices or bad decisions to fall. And I think, and then to come back and get back up and find that, like, just that motivation again.
Bounce back.
Yeah, like to have that strength to bounce back. I think it was just the doubt. It was the just the regret. So I had to, like, really, I thank God, because I felt like he gave me that hope, hope that I got you, I got you, get back up. So, and I had to shake off that regret. I had to shake off the past. I had to shake off even past accomplishments, to look back and be like, man, I wish I was there again. Or, man, I wish I was doing that again. Like, I had to shake that off too. So it was like multiple struggles on like, man, like, am I gonna ever get back? Doubt, regret. And so I had to shake that off. And I think for Goer and all the new people, Solid, Demi, Rhonda right now, they're like, I got a lot of people in my people at church, leaders, stuff like that. My family, like, they're like, you got it, you got it. And then just one step at a time, and then the regret, and then the new stuff. It just encouraged me to keep going and keep going and keep going. And now I'm here. But it was a lot of regret, a lot of doubt, a lot of like, man, it's a lot to get back up, but I'm doing it. I feel like, by the grace of God, I'm doing it. And for my people, you too, Marty, encouraging me in the beginning, like, bro, I know I've been through it. I had to come back too. Like, that helped a lot, and then Goer, always just being Goer, motivating and just on the hype, I feed off that too. So it was just a lot of, like, just in my head, I was my own struggle, but man, it's I feel like something new's coming, so I'm grateful for that. For sure.
I see it, Frank.
Yeah,
for sure.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I feel it too. Do y'all feel it? There's something coming?
Yeah, I feel it.
Something big coming.
The setup is crazy.
Yeah, I feel it too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna keep on riding it out. So, what are the gaps between education and real world barbering? So, like, from school to real world barbering, what's the gap? Because there's a huge gap.
So, for example, give us an example, Marty.
Like, a person may be thinking, a person may be thinking in school one way, but when they get inside a barbershop, it's entirely different. So there's a gap. It's like a transition, or almost a transition. You got A, C. What's the B part? How does they get from A, B, C?
So I'll say one thing, gap. I feel like not a lot of students, I'll say some student barbers. I feel like what they don't know from the barbershop, right? I think that's what you're talking about also, what they don't know what's coming, right? Or something like that.
Like false expectations type of
kinda?
deal? Or?
Like, I'll give you an example. So it's just like when a person goes to school for something, it can be anything, right? So they get a lot of head knowledge on what they should do, but they don't really have hands-on. For an example, like you mentioned before, different personalities. Now, how do you deal with different personalities? There's a gap right there. So, like, if somebody's going to correct me, there's a gap right there. How are you going to view that if you're a defensive person?
Okay.
Right? So there's a lot of gaps in different scenarios.
Okay. Damn. I was gonna say because people like, because I feel like right now it's a new generation, barbers, right?
Right.
New generation. Okay. So I feel like everything's based on social media. Social media is a big thing right now. I'm not saying it's social media kind of like they're posting, but just in general, I feel like phones. Phones plays a big part. I feel like in this industry because I feel like that's how you're gonna get your clientele most of the time because what people don't. I feel like some barbers. I feel like what they don't know is that the clients are not gonna come towards you, to you, right? Right away.
Yeah,
A lot of people, a
right.
lot of barbers. I feel like when they're fresh out of college, barber school, they're they expect to go into a shop and they started working already. Started cutting hair, getting all type of walk-ins, right?
Like entitled, they feel.
So I feel like they think they're going to a shop just to like start making money right away, But I feel like, I mean, if you have enough clientele, if you have enough people, you'll be good, But if you're not, I'll say like if you're not making your time, worth it at the school, like by getting more clientele or like getting just cutting hair, cutting more hair right there at the school, just wasting time basically. I'll say once you go to the shop, it's gonna be completely different. I feel like that's what a lot of barbers right now. That's what they're kind of like. They don't know. I don't know.
No, you're right.
That's good.
Yeah,
No, you're
right.
right.
Kind of like
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I feel like damn, I've seen it before a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it. I've seen some barbers going to barber school, from the point, from so how I said earlier, like I've seen barbers 3 or 4 months, they're already putting in work, and they already know how to pay. They already know, like, they already have that eye, basically, the eye to like know what they have, what they're missing, what else they could hit more, And there's other barbers that kind of like let it pass by, They say the same. Some barbers have this different experiences, Some people they have like one year in, maybe like some like 8 years in. Some are like in between. They're like on and off. Some people that what I get a lot at the school is like they've been cutting hair, but like they're not like really into cutting hair. Like on and off basically. So I feel like those people. I feel like if they're actually locked in, by the time like halfway point at the school, they're gonna be already cool. They're gonna be like basically saying like no help, no help by like anybody, they already know how to attack every different type of haircut, basically. But if you just let the time pass by, not actually like putting in work during the time, I feel like during after you get your license, if you get a license, because I've seen some people not get their license either, after barber school, but almost everybody get their license, everybody has their different routes, but I feel like that's one thing. They don't expect. They expect to go to a shop. To like start working. But sometimes it's not gonna be like that. It all depends. It all depends on you basically at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, that's
valid.
That's good.
No, it's valid.
Yeah. I
Thank you.
think a gap where like Goer was saying, I want to touch on that because people think that they want to look for a shop that has a bunch of walk. I think I was talking to you about this.
Yeah.
Like they expect to find, they're like waiting and then hearing like where's the shop with the most walk-ins. Now there's so many barbershops. So there's a bunch of barbershops where people can just walk in at. And I got blessed because my first barbershop, it was a walk-in shop. So there was no appointments. It was a walk-in shop and they already built it for walk-in. So, but that was like a needle in a haystack, like you're not going to find a barbershop that you're going to start making $2,000 a week right off the back. You know what I mean? Or 1,500 right off the back.
Right.
Like you got to really like put in the work. And like what Go was saying, like start your clientele now. Those walk-ins that you get from the school, lock them in now so they can follow you into the barbershop. So I think a gap is like they're in for a rude awakening when they get to that shopping block and then waiting there, pass out flyers, do stuff like that, whatever, you got to put in the work and then when you do get a walk in, you got to lock that person in to come back. It's not about people in your chair. It's about if they come back, right? So I think
setting an appointment while they're in the chair.
That too, that helps. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know a lot of Cosmos do that. A lot of salons do that. But us barbers too. But I think there's a lot of like expectation. Yeah.
The mentality. Like,
They expect it. They expect it to be hand it to them right away.
Yeah, it's supposed to be popping as soon as they get done. Like,
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Nah.
One day, like I said earlier, I was talking about how I built my clientele during school.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, yeah.
Right, the way I did it, I was fresh out of the Marines, so I was gone for 5 years. I was fresh out of high school, I didn't. So I felt like I had to hit up. I had to make my clients, get haircuts. One thing, so instead of this is for anybody starting off, no clientele, nothing. So everybody has family, right? Everybody has family. Everybody has at least one friend, one or two friends.
Yep.
They're cool, right? One or two friends at least. That's all it takes.
Mm-hmm.
What I started doing as soon as I started barber school, I hit up all my friends from back then, high school. There's a lot of barbers right now, a lot of young barbers, fresh out of high school, right? So it's talk to your friends, right? So back then, there's also there's different ages at the school. Basically, there's different ages, So everybody has their own little backgrounds, but trust everybody has one or two friends. That's all it takes. Because after those two friends that I cut, you have to make your clients bring clients to you, basically, Because what helped me a lot was the business loyalty cards. Loyalty cards after 4 or 5 haircuts, free haircut. They're gonna come back to get those
They want
loyalty
that.
cards,
Right.
signed, right? So another thing, make a logo. Logo's a big thing in this barber industry. There's some barbers that don't have logos. I feel like logo is a big thing.
Yep.
Because like that, you can make your business card, make your sticker,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's what I did. I made loyalty business cards and stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Gave a little stack to my clients, 10 stacks of stickers. Tag me, post me, give it to your homies,
Right.
pass them out. That's how I got more people. Tag every client, tag every haircut that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So when you post a haircut, tag your client right there. Tag your client. Most of them they're gonna repost. Trust. Most of them they're gonna repost. Everybody likes to look at their haircuts. Everybody likes to look fresh. Basically. So that's another big part. That's why I got more clients. Friends of friends. And then another thing I'll say, just keep cutting. Just don't refuse anybody. Basically, just cut anybody and everybody.
Right.
That's one. That's the main things that helped me a lot in barber school. But at the time I was about to graduate, I was gonna go into a suite. I was gonna go into a suite. I was like, I think I'm going to a suite, but I wanted to go to that barbershop experience, because I feel like everybody's goal is to own a barbershop one day,
That's the whole goal.
That's the whole goal, right? So I feel like getting that barbershop experience right away, right away. So it's gonna help you a lot, in the future. Even though you have cool clients, still going to a barbershop, get that experience. And then if you're cool, you have enough clientele, then you can go open your own shop or have a little suite for yourself.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I think.
Big. So what do you guys think about, there's at some point where we gotta take care of our mental health. And then we get pressures from the outside and all that type of stuff. What's a good way do you guys think that you can probably deal with that?
Okay.
So now when we experience burnout and our mental health starts messing us up, what do you think is going to help us to have that longevity?
Oh, man.
Especially in the barber game.
Okay.
No, I think you hit it.
I hit it. I've experienced this, so I feel like one thing that I would do was try to add fuel to the passion again. So sometimes we get stuck behind the chair, just cut after cut after cut after cut after cut, and that's all we're doing. So what I would do, either I would start doing something different with my clients. Talking to them or asking them different questions, or making a video about it, or I went to Sac State. I started going over there. I wanted to make videos over there, cut the football player. I needed to do something different than getting me outside the chair, right? So I think that's one thing that will prevent a burnout, is if you add on to the thing, like merch and podcast and stuff. You're not just behind the chair and getting burnt out with it, but you're doing you're adding fuel to the fire, your
Mhm.
passion again, right? So I think that's one thing that I would encourage is try something different. Like I like Solace. She goes to barber battle. She judges. She does that. Like it has to do with barbering, but get outside the chair with
Right.
it.
It's another avenue.
It's
Right.
another avenue,
Mhm.
and it reflames your fire for the chair. Some people like getting new clippers, new clippers, and it pumps you up for a little bit,
Right.
So I think just getting outside the chair, having to do with barbering or something like clothing line or podcast or merch or something, going out and do classes, going to different schools, doing something else other than behind the chair. I think that would keep you going, keeping that passion,
Yeah. Stay motivated.
staying motivated for some, So I think as far as burnt out, but mental health, man, we deal with a lot of different people, bro. We deal with people's problems.
Man.
We deal with people's relationships. We deal with a bunch of stuff. So we're hearing that. So we say a Thanksgiving Day or a Friday or Saturday, we're getting, 8 to whatever, how many haircuts. So you go home, your mental is like,
exhausted.
You go home to your girl, your wife, your kids. You're just like, man, I'm literally don't know what to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think bringing it back
For real.
the gym.
I'm glad you said that though.
Right?
Right.
Like, because we're pouring out and we're here intaking all this stuff. So I feel like the mental health, dude, you have to do something with barbering because we take a lot in with people. So, and we might get a bad client, good clients, whatever the case may be. People, kids stressing you out, whatever in the chair. So I think the gym helps. I think your alone time, family time. I know Goer separates sometimes with his family. Weekends, I take weekends off. People tell me Saturdays is the busiest day, Frankie. Friday is the busiest day, Frankie. I'm like, I have my kids,
Right.
I have my kids Friday after work, after the barber college. I have to get my kids Friday afternoon to Monday morning, So
that's priority.
That's priority. Yeah. And that helps me kind of come back. And then Monday night comes, Monday after, and I'm ready again. So just taking that break, I think it helps, But if you're a youngster, no kids, no nothing, no wife, get it.
Okay.
Get it. Go do those 18 haircuts a day or whatever. Go get it. But again, I would encourage that 18-year-old, you're going to be burnt out. You're going to be burnt out eventually. Like we got some hitters at the school hitting cuts all day, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. But you could tell at school, they're like kind of like, they're like, tired.
Yeah, you could tell.
You could tell
every morning.
tired. Yeah. And then I say get it, but have that outlet. Have that outlet and healthy outlets. I had an unhealthy outlet. I used to go out and drink and party, and that was my way of releasing. But that was unhealthy. It went to addictions. It went to I didn't care. It got into my work, hungover, calling out all the time, canceling out all the time. So I say a healthy outlet instead of unhealthy one. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
good point.
Yeah,
times two, Frank.
Times two. For real though, it's a real thing.
It's for real, thing. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, what Frankie said. Yeah, have like a balance for sure because yeah, that was a good point. Frankie said, there's like if you could do it, if you could do it, but also don't overdo it. Because you always have, like I know some barbers that sometimes they don't eat. They don't eat. Throughout the day. You have to like eat. You have to like have a little balance instead of like just keep going. Can't.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I ain't never seen Mark eat.
I gotta eat.
Gotta eat.
Right.
Gotta eat. Like have like a little time. For yourself. You always need your time for yourself.
Yeah.
Too, At least like at least an hour a day. Yeah. Like me, I feel like for me, I feel like I work a lot throughout the week. But on the weekends, I spend it to I dedicate my time for my family. For my daughters especially. But throughout the week, I feel like my mentality is like if I could do it right now, like it's only temporary. It's only temporary. I'm not gonna do this for the rest of my life. So if I just keep that same mentality, But still, I still have like a little balance, like
Right.
I still be grinding, throughout the week, Tuesday through Friday, but on the weekends, I still get a little chill time, for myself for sure.
Yeah.
But that's a big thing right there, what Frankie said.
Yeah.
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 We need an outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly. But now this one right here is what makes a barber last?
Mm.
Okay.
Do they need good habits? Do they need professionalism? There's a whole bunch of avenues we can go
There's
to
a
with
lot,
this one.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a
What do
lot.
you think?
Yeah.
There's a lot. I say be yourself.
Mm-hmm. Those are my sayings. I say the same thing. Be
Be
yourself.
yourself. Be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And just keep going. I say motivation is one thing, like consistency is another thing, but being yourself, like you're gonna attract clients the way, most of the time you're gonna attract clients the way you are, so
Yeah.
I feel like just being yourself, surrounding yourself like, around the good people,
Yeah.
people that you need, around you. I feel like that's another big thing. And I'll say don't do bad, don't damn, I'm gonna say something, but I think it might sound bad. Like don't surround yourself, around people you don't.
Got you. All right.
You
Yeah,
know?
we got
Don't
it.
surround
We got
yourself around
it.
people that is gonna bring you down,
Right.
right? It's gonna keep you the same. You want to surround yourself with
positivity.
you want to surround yourself with people that you're gonna grow together.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep going with, for sure, always.
Yeah, athletes say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I feel like if you keep it like that, you're gonna keep on going. You're not, and don't stay too comfortable. Don't stay too comfortable somewhere. Like always try to find something else. Kind of like how Frankie said. Find something else that you want to do. Kind of like making your own logo, making your own brand. Make your own brand, merch. Stickers. Anything.
I think like for the longevity thing is like I know one thing that I had there was times where I had really good discipline and there was times where I got comfortable in those disciplines, you know, I let loose or compromise. So I think the discipline and vision, you got to know where you're going. I feel like when you stop knowing where you're going, it's like you get in this place of complacency, you get in this place of frustration, you get in this place of like you no direction. So you're like almost some people quit. Like, man, I should probably just get into something else.
Yeah.
Man, I should just go to school to be an electrician. Or I should just go do this. Or I should go do this. Because they stop having vision.
Yeah.
They stop seeing ahead what's going. So like I feel like people without vision just cast off restraint. They're just like whatever, they lose the discipline, they lose the passion. I've been there. But I feel like right now, as far as like having a routine, having discipline, like stuff like that, I feel like that's going to keep you for the long haul and keeping that passion going. I feel like as far as like,
that's a big one.
And don't give up. Don't give up, even if you have a bad year, even if you have like you go through stuff and you had to sit down for a little bit. Like, don't give up. I feel like get back up and do it.
Right. Yeah.
That's a big thing right there. I was gonna go off what Frankie said. Like think of the future. Like don't live day by day. So sometimes I feel like going back again. Like staying. He's cutting hair. Sometimes like you just let a day. Day go by like day by day. You're just gonna be cutting. The next day you're gonna be cutting. Think ahead. Think of what the future. Have like goals. Like always have to have like like 3 month goal. Like 6 months, half a year, a full year. Have something that you want to do to achieve. By the end of the year. Like always, always think ahead.
Right.
Because I feel like nobody wants to cut hair for the rest of their lives. So
Yeah.
I feel like think ahead. So you can start right now. You can do it right now. So by the time you already like you're already cool. You're already like chilling. Basically more like more relaxed. Actually, like have their own business and like just go from there. But right now, just think ahead. Think ahead. That's a big part right there.
Yeah,
that's true. I think with barbers, like what you were saying about not cutting hair for forever or whatever like that. I think what barbers, with them coming into a shop, it helps them be disciplined on where they are And then if clients start slacking, then they'll be able to see the complacency. They get to look, they get to reflect back and see, okay, what did I do wrong? Now this person's not coming. So if they ever want to build a barbershop, then they'll be able to help out barbers that come inside their barbershop from the mistakes that they did. So I think that'll be good.
Sure.
To experience. Yeah.
All right, so there's going to be barbers that are going to be watching this, especially with barber instructors. You know, you got people who look up to y'all. So what is some advice that you would give to them? What do you think they need to hear?
Like during school, like
Just period.
in general.
Yeah, just period. Like we were talking about with the gaps. There's a lot of things that they don't see that they're gonna come to a head to. They're gonna see it no matter what. So what's some advice that you think you can give to them?
Yeah.
So to prepare them, because a lot of people are unprepared.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go. I think now barbering has turned into a trend and not a business. So when they get here, uh it's not about the Instagram. It's not about those are tools, but you're a barber and you're a business. So I think a lot of barbers come in thinking that they're going to be some content creator or which there is barbers that do content. But at the end of the day, those barbers that do content first is handling business with their family. They're feeding their family. This is how we live. This is how we live. Like I feed my kids with this money. I pay my bills with this thing. Like you take away this and my livelihood is gone. So it's not something I'm looking at. I used to look at it was the hype. It was I'm in there now, like I'm around people, but I think like now I'm older now. I want to make it a business. You know, this is my business. This is my way I'm going to live, you know, and be a part of a community and be an asset to the community too. But I think to get the mindset of this isn't you're an influencer. Yes, you do influence while barbering, you know, but you're not like that's not our label, you know. So I don't know if I'm saying it right, but this is a business and this is a professionalism. This is a profession. This is a trade. Like this is like just the way people get into construction, you know, to get a good job and to get good money. And I think our mindset needs to change, especially the youngsters in social media coming up now. Like when I was growing up, there was one barber shop in the city, and he was getting it, and he would pay his bills, and it was like a business. It was a place of business. But now I just feel like it's just a trend. It's changed. It's changed. Of course, we move with the times, but I think just the urgency of this is how we feed our kids. This is how we live. This is how we pay our bills. And I think that needs to be the focus as far as like, and then all the other stuff, that's just the add on, the icing on the cake. But I feel like this is like me now. I'm thinking like, man, I wish I had this mindset going into it. Like this is going to be for the long haul to feed my family, either behind the chair and then owning a barbershop. And I plan on having 5 different barbershops in different cities. And I'm out the chair. Now I can spend time with my family, be a soccer coach, go to my kids, travel to speak or whatever it is, you know? So I think it's just like setting you up for a business and your livelihood, I think, and not just be a barber because it's trendy.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, Frank. Hell yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
It's because today is crazy.
Yeah.
You know? Today's crazy.
It is a trend though.
Yeah. So within the last 10 years, it's just been a trend.
Like, this industry it has changed a lot.
Like you're a rapper or a barber now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I feel like same thing. What Frank said. This industry changed a lot. You know, like but one thing I'll say like I would say to someone coming up. So kind of the same thing. You know, like know where you're gonna go. Like if you're actually gonna go into this, like the barbering industry, like actually put your mind to it. Like same again, like be yourself, but remain humble. I'll say one big thing is humbleness. If you're gonna be humble, say like, because there's different type of barbers. As I've got different type of barbers.
Oh yeah.
Whenever they came like into the school, so there's some experience, some not experience. Some like, and I feel like I told everybody the same thing. Like you stay like most of the barbers that I already know how to cut come in already experienced. I tell them I'd be like, if you stay humble, it's gonna reach you a lot. Reach you places. You're gonna go far. Because if you're not, I seen it happen all the time. If you're not, you're just gonna stay the same. You're just gonna stay neutral. You're not gonna move up. I've seen some barbers that don't. You need your license. So they don't get your license. They're good. They're good at cutting hair with no license. So, but those are the ones that are not humble. Basically, they're not humble. They're not. So stay this. So be yourself and stay humble. I'll say that.
Let me ask you this: why do you think barbers? Why do you think they're not humble? How can they get there?
How can they get there?
Yeah.
I'll say don't. So one thing I'll say, like, what comes with humbleness, don't make yourself like more than others. Everybody comes from different experience. Everybody learns different. Everybody's basically coming again. So everybody's different, different basically. Everybody's different. Everybody learns differently. But if you don't, don't put yourself less than others. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Just don't put yourself less than others, but I know there's some people that, there's another thing I don't like talking about this too much because everybody comes from different backgrounds.
Right.
So that's why
it's a lot of controversy.
Yeah, I don't like talking about this, because everybody comes from different backgrounds, and I don't know. I don't know how like they're raised,
Right.
So I don't know. Stay disciplined. Just be disciplined. Sometimes you don't get disciplined, at home, but I mean, everybody's growing up. Everybody's growing. So.
But you know what though? You said stay disciplined. Like you said, some people are going to get a rude awakening because sometimes people don't want to be told what to do. But you're cutting somebody's hair. That's how they want their hair.
Yeah.
So if you cut it the wrong way, then that person may discipline you in front of everybody. So it's like you said, you got to be humble because if you don't think it's going to happen, I've been hearing some stories. It will happen.
Yeah. Another thing too, everybody cuts different. There's always going to be someone else that is going to be on top of you.
Yeah.
There's always going to be. Think about that. There's always going to be someone else on top of you. So that's another way to like.
Like you guys are on fire, boy. I gotta step my game up.
Everybody has their own styles. Everybody has their own techniques. But I feel like the cut's always gonna come out clean. Everybody has their own style, but it's clean.
Yeah.
Clean.
To add on though, how do people get humbled or humble, right? If you're not, I think a lot of people, because 18, 19, 20, I wasn't humble. I was like that young YN or what, that young and dumb and thought I was the guy because not a lot of barbers were there. A lot of people were coming to me in high school, the jock day. I had to.
So your head went
like that, and then I had to go through some stuff. Life hit me, and then that humbled me. Like, dang, like there is better barbers, or this is a big ocean. It ain't just my little city. Like, you know what I mean? And so then I had to go through life. Like I'm not Superman. I'm not. So those little like life hit and thought I can do anything I wanted, and I was the man. Well, all those things that I wanted to do and I did, those things bit me in the butt later.
Right.
So I wasn't humble, but life humbled me, So you don't want to do that either. You can choose to humble yourself and say, I'm not the best. I need to learn. I can grow. I can get around somebody and I can learn with. You know, or I can help somebody. Like Goer said, don't think you're always higher than somebody. I think the best way is to help somebody else. Like that's the best way to kill your pride. Yes, in our head, okay, I might be better than him. I'm 3 years in, and he just started. I'm not gonna act like I'm not gonna act better than him. Go help that dude. Watch what it does to you. It does something in you, you know? It does. It humbles you. It says, man, I want to help, you know? So I think those who aren't humble at the age or whatever age, you can be older and not be humble. But go help somebody that don't know. I guarantee that's going to do something to your heart. And it's going to humble you and you be like, man, like, or go to a big stage, you know, go to a barber's expo and watch these dudes like really humble you. Yeah, like for real. So I think you putting yourself into a place where you're not the smartest in the room. Go to those things that there is bigger barbers, better barbers. I think that would keep you humble too. To maybe
So, and then just know that there's always someone watching too. There's always somebody watching. Like for me, when I was at school, I was just myself. I was helping other people. Like again, like help someone else. I was always helping. Like my classmates. Someone that first starting off. Like if you help them out, like my old two barber instructors. My barber instructors, like they came up to me, and told me, like, I see you teaching somebody, and then look where I'm at, So I feel like that's another thing, like just know someone's always watching. If you're someone that's not gonna like not putting in work, just like lazy, just letting time pass by, you're just gonna stay right there,
Right.
You're not gonna grow, basically.
Yeah, that's true. But what about the meaning of barbering today? From what you guys see, you guys have different worlds. It's not just barbering, but you guys got the instructor world too. And now you can merge it together.
You're right though. I always say there's enough heads to go around. I always said that there's enough heads to go around. Like everyone needs something, a haircut or a beard, whatever. But I think like barbering today is like you're like back. I feel like we lost the art of we're a servant, right? We're a servant. We're a service, right?
A service industry.
Service. So I feel like we have to get back to that. Like we're serving them. The clients don't serve us. I feel like that got switched around somehow. All of a sudden, it's cool. It's like you need to be in my chair. Now you're serving me. I think we got that kind of mixed up now because at the end of the day, barbering was a service. And what does service have? Servants. Right? So we're servants at the end of the day. Like we provide a service to people. Right? So I think we just need to get back to that is hold on, I'm a servant. I need to serve this individual in my chair. He don't owe me nothing. If anything, like he's actually I thank you for paying for my time. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody's actually using their money, their hard-earned money, to pay for your 30 minutes of your time. Like I think I want to get back to that. Like, man, I appreciate you coming to me. You could go to anywhere you want to. And so I have to have the mindset, I'm gonna serve this dude.
Right.
Not serve him.
Right.
But serve him.
Right.
Treat him good, So I think barbering today, I think we're getting away of this service and me too. I'm guilty of it sometimes. I'm thinking like sometimes I think like, man, I'm a barber and people I need to get this a sphere of influence and then have them come to me. Like that mindset isn't good too. So I have to get back to no, I'm a service and I'm a servant. So I have to have that heart of a servant, So I think we need to get back to that too, So.
Yeah. Sure. You guys mind if I say something too?
Yes, please. So we want to hear from Marty. Marty Blends.
They said it.
Marty Blends.
All right, so like we talked about this before. I think it was today, matter of fact.
Okay.
Like you see a lot of people on social media and barbers are trying to impress barbers.
Come on.
But what about the other barbers are not going to help pay your bills. You know, so like we have to do our best to try to get clients, not customers, but clients to see what we do.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think about that?
I think that's crazy. I think social media did that, right?
Yeah.
We want to impress other barbers,
Yeah.
Right.
but the end of the day is we're servicing. We need clients,
Mhm.
you know. But go ahead, Goer. What do you think?
No, I think so. No, what you said,
Mhm.
Marty. So getting again with the clients, the clients, and you said barbers, right? Impressing barbers.
Yeah, impressing barbers.
Impressing barbers, but we gotta impress the clients.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
every client. I feel like for me, I have a lot of like on my regular clients, because they know what like what you're providing,
Right.
So you're walking billboard, right? Walking
Yeah.
billboard. You're gonna you want to impress like all their homies. You don't want to impress like the barbers. Just like on the social media.
Right.
I feel like that's another thing too.
Mhm.
Like how you said, like I feel like right now barbers know like barbers always gonna be talking. Like if they're gonna be like, oh, I like this haircut or not. Like oh, he's a good barber. He's not a good barber. But I'll say that's one thing. Like if you have that mentality, like don't try not to impress that barber, impress those barbers, impress those clients. Like
That's the point.
yeah, no, you're
No.
true. Yeah, your facts right there.
That's the point.
That's big.
So this will be our closing.
Let's do it, barbership.
So I just want to say, appreciate you all coming through and sharing your experiences. This conversation is exactly what barbership is about. Community, honesty, and growth. To everyone watching or listening, stay consistent, stay professional, and respect the craft. We'll see you on the next episode of the Barbership Podcast.
Mando.
That was the sound right there, boy.
Good. Yeah, thank you, Morty.
Damn.
Appreciate you. Go Cats.